after just watching a video about a man who was licked by a mountain lion, I'm gonna make a video about adapting to isolation. And yeah, I know a lot of people experience that with what happened 6 years ago, and a lot of people died, and plenty of people have died since then. And should I say plenty? A lot of people have died since then, and there might be people who are isolated. I was isolated before that. All right, so yeah. So, adapting to isolation, emotionally, it hurts too much to think too much about it, really. It's like touching something real painful if I kind of go there. Yeah, so I think, you know, I am a worthwhile person. And if people think I'm not good enough or that I'm scum or whatever they want to think, well, that's their problem. And they have lessons to learn. And yeah, I mean, it blows my fucking mind. I was thinking about my dad as an artist, and I mean, yeah, he painted alone, but the family ate together. He had friends. He was pretty social, quiet, but social. All right, so I'm never gonna understand the past several years. Well, before I, all right, so before I show this, well, thinking about adapting, you know, uh, it really took me a while to wanna embrace the hermit. I'm really not a little bit introverted, yeah, kind of quiet, yeah, but not really not a hermit, but it's been forced on me. So yeah, adapting, it's really a daily thing, and thinking about my health. And again, humans are social. And yeah, so you know uh I don't know, some people are real shy, and it's hard to get out and make friends. Well, I ain't, I know better than to do things like going out to bars and shit like that. I mean, I never enjoyed that. That time I got hit by the dude in the gorilla suit, that was Halloween, and I went out with some friends. All right, so, but yeah, so I was gonna just show a T-shirt. Uh, um, Here it is. Yeah, so I think this is part of my hermit journey, really. Not dying, but yeah, sort of, you know. Well, I mean, I am, I think I can say I'm a medium. I think I can say that about myself. When I do doing readings, that was not my number one thing. But yeah, I'm kind of in between like that. So yeah, I really like this t-shirt. Is that a hermit? Could be. Have I gotten any hermit t-shirts? I'm trying to remember. you know, that's one of the things that I do for myself, just to try to, you know, to feel more alive when, there's nowhere to, go hike like there used to be, get out like that, and no one seems to want to spend time with me. But yeah, so here's where I box breathe, and I've been doing it since, 2018, March or so. So it's been over 8 years, and it's a real good discipline. I have said that before. It really helps me bring it helps keep my body more relaxed. And yeah, the discipline aspect of it, I think that for me that's important. So yeah, anything I want to show here? Well, there's the camping chair that I sit on. And yeah, I really like being in here. It's comfortable. It's kind of hot in the summer, but I like that. I would keep the door open, but yeah, Garth will go in and, pilfer. So what else? And that, adapting to isolation. I mean, well, you know, I don't know. Again, it's not a choice. And how many of us are living like this? How many of us really don't have anywhere that we can go? I mean, where people want to see us. I tend to worry about that anyway, some. And yeah, if I get some thumbs down, good. Do I really fucking care? I mean, I don't like having to be tough. I certainly wouldn't want to be rough, but, you know, uh, and I suppose, I think about in school, when you're in classes with rough kids, and even when you're in advanced classes, there might be a bully or bullies. Well, yeah, I mean, I suppose that's a reality of human behavior, and it ain't real good. And someone that does things like that will come back around to him one way or another. But yeah, anything else that I have, Hermit? Yeah, not my choice. I'm social. Adapting to isolation. I mean, is it? I just think, when the tech titty breaks, when the tech titty breaks, humans are going to be so fucking beyond hope. I mean, really, what is going to, you know, keep humanity from, disappearing completely? Well, maybe nothing. And, I guess, you know, will we even know? But yeah, so well, I know I'm being real pessimistic. There are a lot of really nice people out there and positive people who really keep me going with learning things, with humor. And yeah, I mean, I hope that my bitterness and sarcasm helps people sometimes, because some people need to hear that. I mean, it's familiar, it might be comforting. Okay. But yeah, so I guess if someone doesn't want to listen to me, they don't have to watch a video. But yeah, adapting to isolation. I mean, I'm not sure a person, again, ever does when that ain't a choice. But I think about widows, I think about widowers, people who keep on, and yeah, and I have my dog, and he keeps me in shape, and yeah, and I can allow myself to store a little bitterness, to, be resentful if I feel like it, to, decide to not like some people if I feel like it. And, I suppose to try to learn history, that I sometimes wonder about, is there any history there that's affecting people's behavior that I need to understand? So at least I can understand more about why I'm being treated so badly. I think about youngest bro inviting me to their house for lunch on Christmas in 2018. That was less than a month after I had moved to the state, and I took chocolate cake that I had gotten at the grocery store, and his mother-in-law said I was going to bring a chocolate cake and I forgot. Well, I brought the cake. Her parents are nice, and I don't know, did I do something wrong? I mean, I suppose when it really comes down to it, I mean, if I am a witch, I kind of want people to be afraid of me. I kind of want people to, yeah, adapting to isolation. Well, when you're pushed to that point, when, when people start to understand they shouldn't have treated you so badly, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's just important to take care of your health. Privacy comes to mind, to be safe. And yeah, I mean, I ain't no Axl Rose. I am not a hermit. But, that seems to be what humans have dumped in my lap. So yeah, adapting to isolation. If anyone out there is isolated, I mean, I hope you're finding ways to make enough mischief.